This is Asa Shah here from Digimax, and today in this lecture we'll be discussing about pivot table in Excel. So what does a pivot table do? A pivot table can help you to analyze, summarize data and find out patterns, calculate and use it to deduct results, forecast, sales, and so on. In this short video, what we'll be doing is we'll be selecting a small data and using pivot table to calculate various fields. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here in Google, and Google over here you can write sales data in Excel file tab dot XLS. This will give you different data in Excel which you can use to further improve or further practice how to use the pivot table. This is a basic foundation class of how to use a pivot table. I'm going to open Excel. I'm going to select this small data. So you can see we have this small table which tells us about sales per month. Let me format it a little bit. So this gives us about the sales per month, the sales year, the product type, the sales lead, the sales region, and the units sold. So we are going to apply the pivot table on this data that we have. I'm going to select all this data. Then over here in the insert section, I'm going to go over here where it says the pivot table and I'm going to click on it. Now this window will open, which shows that select a table or range. As you can see that I have already selected a table which is showing over here. Now the second option is use an external data source. Since we are not using any external data source, we are going to leave this. Now the second is choose where you want the pivot table report to be placed. Either you want the report to be placed in a new worksheet or in an existing worksheet. So I want to place it on a new worksheet and I'm going to click over here and say OK. So this window will open on a new worksheet. Now I want to select sales per month, the sales year, the product type. I want to see which region has sold how many. I want to see the units sold. So this is what I get by default. I have to format it a little bit. Now I want to see the product type as a filter. I want to see which unit or which region has sold which product. I'm going to use it as a filter over here. Now I'm going to take the sales month and I'm going to place it in the column section. So over here I will see which unit has been sold in this which month. I'm going to take the sales year. I can use it in the column section, but I would prefer to use it as a filter as well. Now units sold, I'm going to keep it over here. Now you can see I have these regions: central, east, north, and they are showing me the number of units that has been sold. I don't want to see the number of units, I want to see the quantity or an amount of dollars. So this is the value section column. I'm going to click over here and the value field setting You can see I have been given a number of options. I want to see the sum of the product or the sum of the units that have been sold. So this gives me in January 6,300 units were sold. Now I'm going to select product type to click over here. I just want to see how much paper was sold. So as you can see, East has sold 1645 units, North has sold 22 units, and there was no unit sold by the central region. So this way I will be able to analyze the data per region per product in a much more effective and efficient manner. I hope this simple video of how to use a pivot table was helpful. In future, we'll be using pivot table in more complex situations or with more complex data to get a more better understanding of how to use the pivot table. I hope you like this video and I'll see you in the next one.